Hello, good morning, and welcome to Football Nutmeg. My name is Philip Unugo, and once more, we are here to talk about Afcon 2021, where we saw a shocker yesterday from Comoros when they stunned Ghana to deny the Black Star Ghanaians from qualifying for the round of 16 of Afcon. Um, I think it was just a pity for the Ghanaians, and it shows that that Ghanaian team lack a lot of discipline, lack a lot of style, lack a lot of things going forward, especially when we they know that they are going into a World Cup qualifier after the Afcon in March. I think that team need to be fixed, reset, and fine tuned going forward. They have a lot of players that are not supposed to be in that team. Have a lot of indiscipline issues, and I'm so sorry for Rajavak, Misula Rajavak, the coach of Ghana. If he is not um, being if care is not taken, he should be sacked from his job. A lot of things happen. We saw the IU brothers coming out to apologize to Ghanaian football. Is that enough? I will talk with the team with regards to that. Going forward, also we'll look at other matches. Morocco drawing 2-2 with with the Gabon, and also we also saw Zambia also pimping Guinea, though they've already qualified. The Guineans have qualified, but Gambia also pimping Guinea 2-1. And we also saw Senegal still on that draw streak that they have. Can they fire on in the group stage in the knockout round of 16? Going to the round of 16, we'll find out when the team come up. We also look at today's matches where the Nigerian Super Eagles will be um, coming up against Guinea-Bissau, Egypt. Egypt will also be playing against Sudan. Will they use this match to turn this competition around? Thereabout. A lot of things that will be in play today on the show. It's just a 45-minute show. Hopefully, the usual suspect will be around to come see us through in this show. I'll be waiting for the likes of Roland and John to join me on this show quickly so that we'll have something to talk about. So, for you guys out there, what do you think about the AFCON 2021? Has it been so much more satisfactory for you in terms of play, in terms of what we have seen on board? Nigerian Super Eagles will be taking on Guinea Bissau today. Egypt will be taking on Sudan. Let's see other matches elsewhere. You also have Sierra Leone also will be taking up Equatorial Guinea, and Ivory Coast will be taking on Algeria. I think gradually, that should be tomorrow. But I think today's matches we only have two matches in that group D, where you have Nigeria, Egypt, Sudan, Guinea-Bissau. I think the likes of Sudan have already packed their bags home. I think what they need is just play for pride the way Comoros did play for pride yesterday. Hopefully, let's see how it will go. Okay, guys, try to let me know if today's show, if the African Cup of Nations have been exciting for you with respect to. I said we'll be doing a giveaway when it comes to the round of 16 for our Nigerian viewers. If you're a Nigerian out there and you want to be part and parcel of this giveaway, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you have an opportunity to win a recharge card if you predict correctly a description. I mean, if you predict correctly a score line in the round of 16, every day it will be a giveaway for anybody that will be coming into that will subscribe and participate in our giveaway. Okay, what happened to Ghana yesterday? We really want to know what really happened to Ghana. The Ghanaian football is mourning. They are in a dark period after yesterday's night. We saw the captain Ayu was sent off yesterday after a very harsh and uh, really bad tackle to the keeper of Comoros. And I think for me, I think he deserved it. I don't know what you think about it. He deserved that because when you look at the last match they had, he was the one that came up with that altercation, And as a captain, I think Ayu should know very, very best. He has played his football in France, England, and other countries as well. But he has not led by example. And I think that's one of the factors that is worrying that the team. He has not led by example. I think Andre Ayew has not led by example, and that is why the team is also suffering. The team is finding it very difficult to to jail. Other indiscipline issues. We saw in the last match how Tete went to was it Tete, if I'm not mistaken, went to he hit the other guy from Gabon. I just think that the Ghanaian team need to sort out so much more. They have fantastic players, really good fantastic players. But what I think they don't have in that team is players with discipline, and Mixlovat Rajavac has to do more if he's still on the job. Okay, do you think the Ghanaian coach should be sacked? Do we think the Ghanaian coach should be sacked? Um, for me, I think we are gradually going to this last phase of the World Cup qualifiers. I don't think he should be sacked, but I think he will be sacked because this is just a dread, bad and poor performance from the Ghanaian team I've ever seen in a long time, even as a Nigerian. It's a bad performance from the Ghanaian team, and I just think that they have to sit up, they have to look at themselves, and they have to ask themselves, what have we really done in this Afcon? How comes we did not perform very well, even with the amount of talent we have, from the defense to the attack to the midfield to other areas of the pitch? What else? Because they have experienced players like Thomas Partey, Amate, the Ayu brothers. I think you expect a whole lot of from them, but they just couldn't muster just couldn't muster a win against the Gabonese side. They also couldn't muster a win against a Comoros side that this is their first time of coming to Afcon. Okay, um, guys, please, I need your answer to this. Do you think the Ghanaian coach should be sacked? And what really? The other question is what went wrong for Ghana? Morocco also qualified from that at the top of the group with 7 points, followed by Gabon, who also qualified with that same with 5 points. Yeah, 5 points. Yes, because they drew yesterday with Morocco 2-2. Even though it's not a full strength Moroccan side, but I think it's something that is good. Then we also saw Senegal. Also, their struggle continues as well. I think I have to talk about Senegal. Their struggle continues. They've not been able to monster the play from the final third, and they are struggling very, very well. And I don't why are these teams struggling? We expect that we know that the North African side, with the exception of Morocco, are not with the exception of Morocco, are also struggling. But why is it that the likes of Senegal, the likes of Ghana are struggling? These are are also West African neighbors uh, from this, but why are they also struggling? Is it that the team has not gelled very well? Is it that they have one or two issues with respect to what they really have going forward off the pitch? I just think that things have to change going forward. The team have to jail going forward as well. Okay, I have Roland with me. Can you hear me, Roland, please? Okay, Roland is with us. So, hello, good morning, Roland.
Yeah, good morning. I beg. Sorry for coming late. My network has been acting up.
No problem. It's good to see you this morning. Okay, I was just talking about the woes of Ghana and Senegal as well. Look, Senegal qualified at the top of the group, but their woes of not killing matches and not they only scored one goal in this tournament. Going into and when you look at the Ghanaian team as well, I think the Ghanaian team has been so awful right from the one from match day one against Morocco, and they also considered the last goal against Gabon. And yesterday they were beaten by Comoros. Comoros scored 3 goals against a very strength Ghanaian side. And I was telling the viewers that I attribute this whole issue to indiscipline. I don't know what you think about it, but can you have your take about the Ghanaian side as well? Good morning, John.
Good morning. Good morning. How are we
Well,
doing?
Okay,
first of all, I think we must give it to the Comoros national team. They were not scared of the fact that they were playing against a Ghanaian national team that has actually won the championship 3 to 4 times, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah,
They went all out and they were serious about it. And they just got all 3 points against the Ghanaian national team. Not just that, they knocked the Ghanaian national team out of the Afcon tournament. Can you hear me?
go ahead. We are hearing you.
Okay, they knocked the Ghanaian national team out of
Yes,
this
yes, can hear you.
tournament. It shows to this proves to tell you that a lot of teams in Africa have actually grown. For me, I think, like you made mention of indiscipline from the side of the Ghanaian national team, you're seeing Andrew Ayew getting a red card as early as the 25th minute, a needless red card, knowing fully well that the hope of the nation was resting on yesterday's game. If they had won that game yesterday, they would have chances. They would have stand the chance to qualify as one of the best placed third team in the Afcon. Of course, we already know Cape Verde is already topping that group of the third best placed team. Ghana was supposed to join them, but of course, it was a disappointing performance from them yesterday. And for me, I think it's about time Milos Raovic, that's their coach. It's about time
Yeah,
he leaves, or it's about time he's fired because, of course, they had expectation and they went into this tournament without nothing. I know he's vastly experienced, he's 68 years of age, but that notwithstanding, this is African football. You were hired to actually do something. Of course, they still have the World Cup qualifiers to look forward to, but being knocked out at the group stage in a group that had Gabon, had Morocco, had Comoros that were making their debut in the Afcon, then had Ghana. How would Ghana how would Ghana, a strong team, a traditional strong team in Afcon history, how would they be knocked out of the group stage like that? It's quite shameful. It's quite embarrassing. And for Andre Ayew, I expected something better. You were the captain of your team. Like, how could you get a needless and a silly red card? I think for Ghana, they have their work cut out. It's about going back to the drawing board, and hopefully they will qualify in the World Cup. The World Cup draws will be held on Friday. That's according to CAF. It will be held this Friday, 4 p.m. Nigerian time. So we'll be looking forward to that, the two-legged draw.
yeah.
But for
We'll look at.
Ghana,
I think we are going to have a live show with regards to that. I know you've been in the office at that time, so we'll have a live show with regards to that. Let's see at that time, at that same time when that draw will be taking place, and we'll look at the possibilities of where the Super Eagles, who the Super Eagles are going to play going forward. How about you, John? What's your take about the disappointment that the Ghanaian had yesterday? And what do you think was attributed to them losing out of the round of 16? Hello, John. Can you hear me? Hello, John. Come on. Okay. Let me remove John from there. Okay. Let's move on. Morocco have qualified. I know they filled in an under strength side yesterday. I know they filled in an under strength side yesterday, but um, they've qualified. So, how do you see them going to the round of 16? Can you unmute yourself, please, Ronald?
yes, I have.
Okay, go ahead.
First of all, I don't think they used an underused side because you're seeing a team that has Amrabat, one of their most experienced players. You're also seeing an Esiri that plays for Sevilla. Then you
Yeah,
have Akimi. So I don't think that's actually an understrength side. However, they were playing up against a Gabonese team that were wounded by the fact that Lamina and also their captain Obamayang were not going to be part of the Afcon anymore because of injuries and COVID-19. So they had to even leave the camp. So yesterday game was actually really intriguing. I expected the Moroccans, to be candid with you, I expected them to win that game, but it ended up in a draw between themselves and the Gabonese national team. it was an intriguing game of football because I was switching. 1 minute I watch Gabon, the next minute I would switch over to Ghana match, so I could even barely concentrate. I was
on
supposed to go to a
anyone.
viewing center. Yeah, I was supposed to go to a viewing center to actually watch the game, but I came back. I was very tired and exhausted. But basically, it was a beautiful game of football from both sides. The Gabonese were not intimidated out. They were coming up against Morocco. The Morocco, I don't think they actually underrated them, but it was just about football, and the Gabonese didn't disappoint. And now they've qualified for the round of 16, finishing second behind Morocco. I think it was really brilliant game of football yesterday.
Okay, John. Before we move to the Senegalese group, why do you think the Ghanaians failed to qualify for the round of 16?
Wow, I will tell you that it's a big shock to me. In fact, for me, it's the biggest shock so far because I expected that playing the Comoros team, they should be able to qualify. But what will happen? What has happened has happened. I guess they should hold an Dede responsible for everything. He started the fracas at the end of the last match. He was the one who got the red card that put his team at a big disadvantage yesterday. Because I'm sure if there were 11 players on that pitch, they wouldn't have lost that. In fact, they would have won that match very clearly.
Are you
But
saying that? Are you saying that it is time for Ghana to move on ahead of the IU brothers?
I said that even before the start of the tournament, when we were still doing the preview, I said that it's a shame that up till now they've not had progression. By now, these IU brothers started representing the Ghanaian national team since 2010. This is 2020. This is 2021, 2022,
Yeah.
and they are still the mainstay of the team, both brothers. So it's really disappointing that they've not been able to move on, and it's really a shame that this is the time at the time when this is supposed to be the swan song for Dede. It's the time he chose to do the worst mess of everything. Normally, one would have expected that this should be his best tournament. Just play yourself out of the national team in grand style. Perhaps maybe also the World Cup at the end of the year. But whatever it is, I believe they can bounce back. About sacking the coach, you see, this is the issue I'm having with teams who refuse to progress. This was the coach that took them to the 2010 World Cup. He performed very well. Now you refuse to progress beyond that. It's just like those who are saying that Nigeria should get Bonfrejo back. For heaven's sake, things have gone beyond that level. Look at the same problem now that Ralf Ragnick is having at United. This is a coach that, yes, we knew he did very well in the early 2000s, in the early 2010s. But leave him, let his time pass. Those who are young, get them
Please, he
into the
did
job.
nothing. He did absolutely nothing. There is no record. Stop telling me he won the cup in Bundesliga. Football has moved beyond that.
Well, as well as you said, he might not have won anything, but we know that Pochettino hasn't won anything major in football, and yet he's highly recognized. Sometimes it's not about the amount of trophies you can count. It's about what you really do with your teams. What progression do people see when you take up teams? We had an Arsene Wenger that was in Arsenal for almost 10 years, maybe once in a while winning the Emirates Cup. But everybody kept praising, yes, there's progression being seen in the team. So for me, Ralf Ragnick, I said, I'm sorry, I'm mistaken what I was saying. The Ghanaian coach should just take his time to push forward. He has between now and the
March.
next 2 months, now and March, to get himself ready for the
I
World
think
Cup
he'll be sacked.
qualifiers.
I think he'll be sacked if care is not taken. I think he'll be
I would be
sacked.
surprised if he's sacked actually. Although, truth be said, he wasn't really the one that took them through the qualifiers. So if he's sacked, it would be a big deal. It's just like the issue we are having with Cerezo at the moment. Definitely, if Nigeria had a poor performance, I don't think Cerezo would have even come back on the same plane with the players. But
Exactly.
then not that notwithstanding, let's just see what the Ghanaian FA will do going forward, because that is going to be what will spell the rest of their year. This is a strong year now. The year that the World Cup is coming up, the year that every other major tournament is coming. So whatever they do counts for them going forward. But for them,
Okay,
for what happened yesterday, I would say they should put it at the doorstep of Andy.
Andre. Okay, let's quickly fast forward to the Senegalese group. Senegal are in Group B, and Senegal have also not progressed as well. Even under Aliou Cisse, they seem stuck in that limbo of last year's runners-up tag. They seem stuck in that limbo. And how Roland, how can they get themselves out of that limbo and start playing that that style of that brand of football we know Senegal, because sometimes I see them as Europeans of Africa because of the mixed players that they have cut across Europe, but they've not really produced that brand of football that we saw them even at the last Afcon. So what do you think Aliou Cisse should do going forward? Is it that he should chop and change the formation of the team, or there are some players that needed to be dropped going to the round of 16? Because if the performance continue like this, they might. There are two scenarios. They might go to the finals, winning on penalties. Maybe at the end of the day, they get draw in the round of 16, the quarterfinal draw, the semi-final draw, if possible. But we've not seen that happen in the history of AFCON. And also go to the finals with a draw and win on shootout. That is, at this state, that's what that can count for them. Or they are knocked out in the round of 16 or in any of the rounds going forward. So what do you think that team should be like going to the round of 16?
Well, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
go ahead.
yes, yes.
Well, for me, I think the Senegalese team, they actually have some couple of great players. You were looking at a team that consists of Mendy, you have Mane, you have Koulibaly, you have Kouyaté, you have Sa. This is a very fantastic
You
team,
have you
but
have
these
you
are
have
very fantastic
you
players.
have Koyate for
Yeah,
that plays
Kouyaté
for
of
West
Crystal
Ham.
Palace. These are very fantastic individual players, but I think the problem is putting them together as a team, as a unified force. That hasn't happened. You played against Guinea. Of course, it's quite maybe understandable that the Guineans are strong, but on paper, they are nowhere near the Senegalese. Then yesterday, you were up against Malawi, a team that way ranked below you in African football and world football. So you were expecting to get something from yesterday game. That's winning yesterday's match, but it didn't happen. It was a toothless performance from the Senegalese national team yesterday. But they have their work cut out. Of course, you're not qualified for the round of 16, and you know for you to actually win this Afcon or for you to progress in this tournament, you must play the best teams. Now, Senegal are yet to even play any solid side. If you look at it, this as long as the tournament is concerned, so if you can't take your chances against lesser team, against smaller opponents, then you have no business being tipped as favorites. You have no business being ranked as one of the best team in African football. You have no business being called favorites because, of course, you've not been able to take your chances. You've not been able to convert your shot on goal towards as in making it to be a goal. So for Ghana, I sorry for the Senegalese national team. I don't think that favorite tag probably is very heavy on them. It's weighty on them, and they've not been able to play good football with the arrays of stars they have. I just think if they come against a well prepared team, they will be knocked out easily in the round of 16 with the performances I've seen so far. You can look at the statistics between them and Malawi. They have just 3 shots on goal. It's very poor.
It's
However,
very
they
poor.
dominate. Yeah, however, they dominated possession. You have like 80, 70 something percent possession. But football is not about possession. If you play beautiful football, then you should convert it to goals. You should convert it to winning matches. There are times teams play ugly and they get all 3 points. Senegal is neither playing ugly nor beautiful football. So they are not even winning matches. And you're telling me that they are the favorites alongside Algeria to win the Afcon Cup of Nations. I think whoever made that tag should actually go back to the drawing board and say it was an error or it was a mistake. They have fantastic individual players, but they don't have a team.
Okay. So John, what should Alium Sisi do? Quickly, please.
Okay, well, I think he just has to bring his voice together, talk to them. As I said, somehow the attack has not just turned up in this tournament. Even the defense yesterday was practically hanging on. But to me, the problem has really been the attack, and that normally was their selling point. They had one of the best attacks in Europe. They had the best this. They had this. But funny enough, that has been their greatest letdown in this tournament. So I don't know. They should just maybe it's about those who have played together, those who know each other. He should, if he's going to have to reshuffle the pack. Maybe I thought by now Salah would have been Sar would have been fit enough to join the party. Maybe when Sar comes in and Mane gets to play with players he's more used to, we'll see better from them. But I think going forward, we'll see a very different Senegalese team. I don't count them out as Roland has done. I won't count them out yet.
Okay.
Sorry, let me just add something to Ghana.
Yeah.
After the match yesterday, that's their coach,
Yeah.
Milos Rajovac. He
Yeah.
actually said he came to Ghana. He was appointed in September last year. He said he came to qualify for the World Cup and not to win the Afcon Cup of
The
Nations.
AFCON.
That he's still going to remain until after the qualifiers in March. So I don't know. I don't understand what he's actually saying. Nobody's telling you win the Afcon Cup of Nations. Did they tell you to be eliminated in the group stage?
First round.
Did they tell you to be eliminated in the group stage? So those
Maybe
are the issues.
maybe we have to pull off his contract and look at what were the
What
T's
clause
and C's
was
of
there?
that contract. Yeah, but I just think that the Afcon was a springboard for him to that World Cup, two-legged World Cup qualifiers. If he was knocked out of the round of 16, I shouldn't have been an uproar. But you were beaten by a very, very, very average Comoros side. Do I even call them average? A minnow Comoros side. This
I
Afcon.
think basically for me the problem the Ghanaians have was they should have done what the NFF did. I think a huge credit should go to the NFF for the kind of decision they took. When they brought in Osorio, everybody thought Osorio would take Nigeria to this tournament. But we definitely know that man does not know the team yet.
Yeah.
Now he's going to use the Nations Cup to know the team better, during which Augustine Eguavoen is obviously doing a fantastic job. Perhaps
But, 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 but for the
if
case,
Senegal had got
for
a coach that knows the
uh,
team better
yeah.
to take them to this tournament and allowed the foreign coach to stay behind and just observe, it would have given him enough time. Because what the
But for a
point he's
coach of
trying
the
to make
caliber
is
of
that
Rajavac,
yes,
he has been a Ghanaian through and through. Let's tell ourselves the truth.
no, he has been a Ghanaian coach. Please, please,
He has been a
please.
Ghanaian through and
If
through. So he should not
no,
be
it's not about being
no,
a
no, hold on.
Ghanaian.
It's still
We
not
are talking
enough
about
reason for
somebody.
him not to perform
Yes.
well in the
Yeah,
Afcon Cup
but
of
yes,
Nations.
I agree with you guys.
Mm,
He understands what Ghanaian football is all about. He was there in
yes.
2008. He was there in 2010. I just think that, like you said at the beginning of the show, I think sometimes when you bring back an old coach, and I'm of this opinion, I always tell people that never go back to your old lover. Once you are done with your that is just the
With
truth.
your ex,
Once
close that
yes,
chapter.
don't go back there. Once you are done with your love, your old lover, you are done, and that chapter should be closed. Don't go back there. I think what I think from 2010 till date, I think that phase of football, the players he had 2010, the players he had now are totally different players. Let's tell ourselves the truth. You have the Mensa of those days, you have the ACN, you have a lot of players that were in that team. That you have Asamoah Gyan in that team as well. You have players in that team that were ready to do a whole lot for him. But in this team, I don't see any. I don't see any of those players. Is it the IU brothers? I just think the IU brothers are just there because because of the antecedent they have with the Ghanaian national team, especially with their father. So, but I just think that it was a huge mistake. It was a huge mistake to hire this guy and tell him take us to the Cup of Nations, and also we want you to champion the two-legged World Cup
Playoff.
qualifier of World Cup qualifiers. I think it was an error, and now we are all seeing the disaster that have been created by this decision. Okay, guys, let's move away from Ghana. Zimbabwe also beat Guinea yesterday. As expected, Zimbabwe have also been they are packing their bags home, even with that, but I think it's a good one for them. Let's go to Group D matches today, where Nigerian Super Eagles will be squaring up against Guinea-Bissau, and also Egypt will be playing Sudan. Let's look at our own darling Super Eagles team in the next 10 minutes and see what we are expecting from the coach with respect to formation, with respect to personnel as well. Roland, what are your expectations with respect to formation and personnel in this match?
Well, on my Twitter page this morning, I actually said Cerezo or Guavon should actually give some players chance. Maybe the likes of Ejuke, the likes of Juan Kali, and probably the goalkeeper that plays for Eimba, John Noble,
Yeah,
and also Tyron Ebueyi. I think those are some of the players I feel that should be given a chance against Guinea-Bissau today. We've never met Guinea-Bissau in the history of Afcon. This is actually our first time that we'll go head to head with them, and I want to believe it will go the way of the Super Eagles of Nigeria because so far it looks like we've even had more shot on target in the Afcon this Afcon, that's the Super Eagles of Nigeria, than any person. Maybe the only team that can actually rival that is the Cameroonian national team.
yeah,
But so far so good. I've been impressed with the Super Eagles. Although I would have loved if the encounter we had against Sudan, if we had kept a clean sheet, because I want to see how we can actually keep a clean sheet going forward. But however, we won that one by 3 goals to 1. It could have been more for there. It could have been more goals for the Super Eagles, but it didn't happen. Then you're playing against Guinea-Bissau today. I want to believe Austin Iguavon and these guys have been watching clips of the Super Eagles all throughout training yesterday, all throughout the middle of the night. I think they
yeah.
are well prepared. They are not actually underrating Guinea-Bissau, knowing fully well that they are going to meet at this level for the very first time. But I don't think the Guinea-Bissau team will be able to stop the Super Eagles of Nigeria. However, they have a player we should look out for. It goes by the name Mama Balde. I
Yeah,
think
yeah, I
he's
think.
their danger man, but I don't
Yeah.
think him alone can actually stop the Super Eagles of Nigeria against Guinea-Bissau
So
tonight.
let me correct that word for you. The flying Super Eagles of Nigeria.
No, we have Flying Eagles and we have Super
No,
Eagles,
but
so
this
it
is
was an
flying
it was
because
an error.
they are flying in
Yeah,
this tournament, and
always
they
on
are
their
flying high.
on their social media handle they always say SOA Super Eagles, so they are using SOA, they are not using flying.
It's flying.
Maybe SOA is well packaged and it makes sense past flying, so it means if I like the word SOA. So
Okay.
hopefully we are going the Super Eagles of Nigeria, they will make Nigeria, they will make the whole country of 200 million proud tonight, because I want to believe we are going to win, and we are going to win convincingly, even though we've won that group already.
Okay, John. Who should be rested in that team and who should come in?
Well, I think the first person I would say should be rested is Taiwo Awoniyi, because for me we don't have a replacement for the guy. We've seen Sadiq Umar in 2 matches. I mean,
We,
has
we have
just
a, we
he
have
has.
a replacement. We have a replacement for the guy.
We
We have
don't
a
have
replacement for the
one. We don't have
what
one.
we don't have.
We
Okay,
don't
okay,
have one. We don't have one. We've seen Sadiq Umar try to come in 2 matches and he has just been off. For heaven's sake, that is not someone you say you can put your hopes on to be your top striker in this Afcon. African football is all about the strength, and the guy has shown that strength-wise is totally off.
yeah.
So I would prefer Taiwan when in fact you will be my first person to be rested. Then maybe yes, we should rest Kenneth Omeru.
Sorry, John. If Sadiq Umar comes on today, or if he starts and score a hat trick, will you have a change of mind towards him?
No, no.
If
Because
he scores a hat
why did
trick
I
today,
why did I say no? Why did I say no? You see, I said something about Taiwo. It wasn't about the goal scoring. Taiwo Awoniyi didn't. In fact, the only goal he has scored was just a fluke goal.
A fluke goal. Yeah, a fluke
It was a fluke goal. Yet I keep rating him high. It's not about a top nine should not be about the goal scoring, and it's about how much can you bring others into play. We know that across that forward line we have very good players. If there's someone who can always be bringing others into play, what do you keep seeing? You keep seeing others taking chances. Look at the way he keeps bringing in the first match against Egypt. Kelechi just had a field day. Why? Taiwo only occupied everybody in the defense. If he's running as Egazi into places. He's running. Almost everybody is just running up and down because of Taiwo. You hit him, he hits you back. What did we see when Sadiq came on? In the last 20 minutes, when they had to take off Taiwo Awoniyi and Sadiq came on, the Egyptians practically came forward because it was like, when I leave that one, if you hit down 2 times, you go fall. So that is what football is about. It's not about the goal scoring. Even if it turns up today and scores 5 goals, trust me, I will not even think of even putting him on
sorry
or in
if
the
I'm
team
to,
or in the next match.
sorry if I'm to say something.
Mm.
Not like I'm holding brief for Sadiq Umar. But
Mm.
in 2016 Olympics, he
Yes.
was our main focal man, and he has even good record as long as that Olympics is concerned. He scored
Mm-hmm.
4 goals out of 6 matches for a player that is under 23. Of course, he's now 24 years of age, and he plays for Ameria. And I think his goal ratio for Ameria, Spanish second division, is actually superb. That is a goal every 2 matches. Um, he has actually had just 2 caps for Nigeria, and those 2 matches he played, he came in as substitute. Of course, substitutes do make impact, but that
Mm.
minutes, how many minutes did you expect him to actually make an impact
I'm not
against
talking about.
Egypt?
You see, there's something about
He
football. I'm
has
not
played
talking
just
about.
two matches for Super Eagles.
Can I say something?
Is it
I'm
enough
not
to
talking
chalk
about.
him?
I'm not talking about. No, listen. You see, There's this thing that footballers have. This is the same problem we keep having with Onuachu. When Onuachu talks, people don't actually listen to what the guy is saying. But if you listen to what he's saying, he's actually saying the truth. The wingers we have in the Super Eagles now are not the kind of wingers that play football for whoever is a lanky or a box striker. You have to be someone that roam for you to be able to play with them. If you watch Chukwueze, all he has been doing in this tournament, even if Chukwueze now has the space in front of him, he keeps waiting to check back. He wants to beat a man. That time he's using to beat a man, whoever is the top nine has already been surrounded. But what do you see? What do you see with Taiwo? Taiwo comes back, plays with you, everybody goes front together. Sadiq Umar cannot do that. If you bring in Sadiq, I wish Sadiq Umar plays today, and perhaps we'll see what I'm talking about. He plays alongside Kelechi, or he plays alongside any of those forward players. You see what I'm talking. He's having that issue of playing with them. You can't play football alone. That was the problem.
Yeah,
If you look at that was
but
the that,
John, but
mm.
John, don't you think it's early days to start judging Sadiq
How
Kumar?
many minutes
Because
has he played? How many
Oh,
minutes?
do you know what? That was why I'm not arguing. I'm hoping he plays so that maybe you will see what I'm seeing. I'm hoping he does play. That was the same problem Tammy Abraham was having when he was at Chelsea. The Chelsea players don't play their ball for whoever is on top nine. They kept saying this was a Tammy problem. Tammy has left Chelsea now and is at Roma. Tammy is a different person. These are players who play for him.
Happy New Year, sir.
Lukaku now has come into that
Morning, sir.
position and is now facing the exact problem that Tammy was facing. So that is how football is. It's all about those who are around you and how they play their football. You will see it later today. I hope he plays. If he plays and there are different forwards who play with him, he might get a good game. But he cannot play with that set of forwards that we have at the moment now. That is just it. Thank you.
If I'm to come in, you look at this Sadiq Umar, he's somebody that has played, he was on loan Rangers, he has played in Serbian League, that's Partizan Belgrade. Currently, he is now playing in Spanish division, Segunda, Almeria. I think he has not actually, he's 24 years of age, he has not actually played at that level we are looking at. And your team, if you want to build a team, most teams are built around a striker to finish goal. That was the issue you said Lukaku had with Chelsea, or he's having with Chelsea, because the team is not built around him. It's not seen as the focal man, like the man that will deliver the goods. Unlike when he was in Inter Milan. But you look at Victor Osimhen. Probably if Osimhen was in this team, I'm sure we'll not be talking about Taiwo Awuni. Probably,
Definitely.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
probably Taiwo Awuni will be our second or third choice striker. But because
Mm-hmm.
Victor Osimhen is not there, so Awuni is our focal point. Awuni is the man that we're expecting to deliver the goods. But if Awuni is not there, you should have somebody, because we've seen that Kelechi Iheanacho probably is not an out
Out and out
striker.
striker. Yes.
Yeah. So that's why he always plays with Vardy and all those other guys. So, but I still believe Sadiq Umar probably after today, if he's given the chance, then I should be able to know if he's good
Yes, I
enough.
hope he is.
Or,
I hope he's
yeah.
given. I hope
okay,
he's given the
just a quick
chance so
one.
that we can
Do
see.
do we agree? There's a question from Victor George.
Victory George,
Um,
yes, Victory George.
Victory. Okay, is it Victory George? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So we need wingers that can cross the ball for our strikers. Do we agree with that?
That's what I've
Spot on.
that's
That's
what
what
I've
John
been
has been
saying.
saying. Spot on.
That's what I've been saying. The balls don't come into the box. The balls come in after the striker has now been choked up. That's when you see them getting balls.
So
Yeah,
There's
because
no
for
there,
me,
What do
Moses
we think?
Simon,
What do we think
for
is
me,
the problem? Um, is it that these wingers keep hold of the ball for a long time before sending it into the box, or is it that they don't just know how to cross the ball?
For
But
me,
I
I
think
will say it is a two-way problem. For Chukwueze, he holds on to the ball far too long. Then for Moses, he just doesn't have a good cross. I said something at the end of that Egypt match. I said throughout that match, he had the beating of his man. He would have beaten. I'm sure he would have beaten that defender nothing less than 5 6 times. But at the end, if he crosses from that left wing, whoever is going to pick it must either be playing is the person playing 2 or the person playing 7.
That does
Which
what it
means
happened.
we
It
are
happened once. It happened once in that match.
no. You go and check. Go and check. I'm very serious. The only one that got into the box was the one they scored from. So my point is this: if at the end you've beaten the defenders or you've been able to get crosses in, are they quality crosses that strikers can benefit from? They are not. Chukwueze, we have space ahead of him. Instead of bonding and using those spaces, we know he has the extreme speed. You see, Chukwueze is waiting for defenders to come back, let him cut back onto his own favorite left foot, so that he will be the one to take the shot. He will be the one. Bros, football is not about just you. It's not about just you. If you keep doing what you're doing and everybody keeps hailing you, but at the end the team loses. To what essence? We saw Ejuke. Ejuke played the very last minute of the match. For heaven's sake, Nigeria had the 3-on-1. Ejuke ran with the ball from Nigeria's half until he was the one that took the shot. Iwobi was open. Kelechi was open. He didn't pass the ball for anybody. So all of these are not what the team needs. The team needs wingers' priorities is never to score goals. If the goals come, yes, you take them. But at least you should always look for your nine. Your nine should be opened. You should know that your nine is locked up before you think of taking the
Okay,
chances.
Roland,
Thank you.
what's your take with regards to this question from the judge? The former question before the other question, which was about the wingers.
well, for me, I always believe the duty of a winger is to actually cross ball, cross beautiful football, feed your striker. Of course, there are some occasions where a winger can score goal. It's understandable and you'll be appreciated for scoring goal. But when you don't do those things that you're supposed to be doing, for instance, you look at the game we had against Egypt. Moses Simon actually made few crosses against Egypt, but those crosses were just something I would say, inshallah, whether my striker will did here and all those things, whether he's going to get hold of the ball. I think Cerezo and the rest of the coaching staff need to work more on that because there are some times where football match could be tight, very tight. That what you need is just one brilliant cross and the striker knocks it and it's game over. There are times where
Case
it's not,
closed.
yeah, it's not every time you play to your feet and you break the defense and everything. There are times where you just need that one brilliant cross. That is why I always refer people to Danny Alves. I've never even seen a winger that knows how to cross ball than Danny
As
Alves.
good
Maybe
as
in
that
those days,
defender.
but currently you barely see. Okay, look at the English Premier League. Look at Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold for Liverpool. They know how to cross this ball very well. Defenders, they are defenders. That is why
They know
for the
they know
past
how to they know how to bend it like Beckham those days.
yeah. That is why whenever you look at assist charts, top of assist chart for defenders in Europe,
Oh
you
yeah,
see
they're
you see
there.
Arnold and you see Robertson because they know how to do it. Not that Salah, Firmino, and Jota, man, not like they are the tallest of strikers. They are not the tallest, but these
Yeah,
guys know how to do this thing.
how to
So that
how
is
to
what
get that pinpoint cross to them.
yeah, that is what I also want our guys to do. Maybe even online Aina and Saidu Sanusi. Of
Yeah,
course, left back, right back, they should be able to go. That's the issue I've always had with Bisaka for Manchester United. For 2 years counting out there about Bisaka cannot pinpoint that he has assisted to number of assists from crossing the ball because he's not good at that. It's not about
I think
sliding and
I think
defending.
he only had 3 assists in his 2 years counting in Manchester United, and which is
Yeah, so
poor
so
for.
so I want to believe Moses Simon and Chukwueze because it seems like they are not part of the first 11. I want to believe they should do more as regard crossing the ball
But
for your striker.
let me make. I think it's all about the style of play. If you because most of the football are being played at the box 14, which is the box close to that area close to the first 18-yard box. I just think that it doesn't gives it doesn't gives the players option to cross that ball infield because normally both the left wing and the right wing chop in from the inside and I just think that which is common in modern day football these days. It's common in modern day football when you see both left wing and right wing. The left winger is a right footer, and the right
Right
winger
wing
is
guys, left winger.
left footer. So they always come in from that. But I think a lot can be done if your fullbacks can also join in the attack. Your fullbacks have to join the attack for those crosses to be very very good and accurate. That's how I see it. Because if they don't join the attack, you will always have these issues of your winger coming in because it's a left footer from the right side, or it's a right footer from the left side coming in and cutting in to cross that ball. I just think that we can do much more better going forward with respect to how we play. Those left and right back have to join in the attack quickly and have to go back quickly. That's how I see it. I don't know if you agree with me.
Yeah, you have a point here, but in African football, we are known for something. Hold your ball, cross your ball, give your striker, or give your midfielder to give your striker. Don't hold the ball for too long. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Don't hold the ball for too long. And that is what it looks like these our guys are doing. You shouldn't be holding ball. Of course, there's once in a while you show brilliance, you show that skill, that talent. But what you need is to feed your strikers. Because I see sometimes it look like Awoni becomes frustrated. He doesn't
Yeah,
get
yeah,
enough of
we
the
see it.
ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever he gets the ball, he has like two or three defenders surrounding him, two or three defenders with him. So how do you expect him to do magic when he's not a peak Ronaldo or a peak Messi? You don't expect him to do magic to dribble two or three players at a go. So Ian at sorry, Chukwueze
Moses
and Moses
Moses
Simon,
Simon.
they should do
Better.
more with crossing the ball for their striker, for
I
their
agree.
top.
I agree with
Awoni
you.
is huge, Awoni is big. Sadiq Umar is also huge and is big. Cross this ball for them. Let them use their head. Let them fight with defenders inside the middle of the park. They could create penalty for you. I'm not saying don't give them ball on their feet. You should do that, but there should be quality. It should be fluent. It should be often. Don't stop holding the ball like it's your personal property.
Exactly. Thank you so much for that analysis. I want to thank Victory George for sending that question to us and that contribution as well on the chat. Quickly, what do you think the Egyptians should do to get a victory in this match so that they can qualify from? Because as it stands now, no matter what victory they get, they will still end up qualifying second in that group, whatsoever they do. What do you think they should do quickly, Roland?
Well, keep hold of the ball, win matches. You're playing, keep hold of the ball and win your match. I think the Egyptians they are expected to actually have they are expect. Um,
Go ahead, I'm hearing you.
I think the Egyptians are expected to actually win this one against Sudanese national team. Of course, for the Egyptians, this is a must win for them against Sudan. They are neighbors or they are not African rivals.
Yeah.
For Sudan, I don't think they actually have a chance against the Egyptians because they met even in the Arab Cup and the Egyptians defeated them by 5 goals to 0. So it shows you the level they are in with them. But when they last met in 2008 in a friendly encounter, it went the way of the Sudanese. They won that one by 4 goals to 0. But I want to believe that the Egyptians, what they need to do, the likes of that guy that plays for Arsenal,
Yeah.
Eneni, and you also expect Trezeguet, give that ball to Mohamed Salah, give it to Mohamed Salah. He knows how to finish. He knows how to take players on. He knows how to bend this ball. He knows how to spot a looping hole, a gap hole. So give that ball to Salah, and I believe the Egyptians will get all 3 points and they will qualify second behind the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Okay. Thank you for subscribing to our channels. For those that have been viewing our channel today, we urge you to continue to subscribe as you watch this video. We are gradually coming to the end of the show, and we'll have a second show. Roland, I want you back by 3 p.m. please, if possible, so that we'll talk about the transfer, basically with Newcastle, the money back Newcastle.
The richest club in the world that looks
Yes,
like they might be
yes.
relegated from the English
Probably
Premier
they might be
League.
relegated, and you see a lot of players going there because probably the incentives are so high.
They need to go
And
and
that's
secure the bag. If it was me, I would go there and secure the bag for my future.
exactly. So we'll come back by 3 p.m. to talk about the transfer show, and we'll have one or two other persons on that transfer show weekly. And this and the transfer show will continue on Friday as well, or Saturday as well. Hopefully, for Friday or Saturday. I don't really know when, but on Friday, because I think the next round of Afcon, round of 16 of Afcon, will commence on Sunday. So let's have this transfer show and some European football analysis going into this week, going into this weekend. Hopefully, thank you so much, Roland, for being part of the show.
Thanks
I'll
for
see you
having
by
me. It's
3.
always a great pleasure to be here.
Exactly, I'll see you by 3 p.m. And also join Roland on Ray Power. If you're in Nigeria, join no, so from anywhere, join Roland on Ray Power Abuja by 4:15 p.m. when he will be talking about sport on sport is it sport
Beats,
real or
sports beats,
sport beat?
sports
Yes,
beats.
sport beat or Ray Power. Please kindly join him. Hopefully we will share the Ray Power Instagram
Link.
handle link with you guys so that you can go there and watch Roland live. Thank you so much for being part of the show, and I'll see
I
you.
thought we were praising John. What happened to his internet today again?
Probably something else, but that's what happened. We're in Nigeria.
We are in
We can't.
Nigeria.
Okay, good to
It's
see
all
you.
right. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you
thank
so much.
you.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for watching this show today, the match reaction from the Ghanaian match, and also we are looking ahead to the Nigeria match today, and hopefully the Super Eagles will make Nigeria proud. Like Roland said, saw Super Eagles, and the Super Eagles will saw today when they play Guinea-Bissau. Thank you so much, and I'll see you by 3 p.m. in our next show. When we talk about transfer, please kindly go there and start dropping your contributions on our YouTube handle. Please kindly go there and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you so much.